Hello, my name is Diane Benanti. My friends call me Benny, and I'm basically a starving artist. But I have another great passion in life as well as art, and that is cooking. And I'm not starving in the kitchen. So today's recipe, it's all about Philadelphia cream cheese, hooking up with their long-lost soulmates from Sicily. At least that's what I would like to think. My ancestors come from Sicily. We're going to play matchmaker today. We're going to get a lot of great flavors together, and it's a wonderful, healthy vegetarian recipe. Very easy to do, and we as real women do not have a whole lot of time to prepare gourmet meals. So this is a win-win situation. Please join me in my kitchen and we'll get started with Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, so here's my island of all the fresh ingredients, the island of Sicily. And we're going to hook them all up today with the star of the show, Philadelphia cream cheese. I always use the tub. I often use the 1/3 less fat. I've many times combined the two together. Sensational either way, whatever you decide to choose. And we venture on to the pine nuts. I go ahead and toast them, and very easy to do. Lemon, rosemary, organic sugar plum tomatoes, that's a must. Wonderful cold pressed olive oils, balsamic vinaigrettes for the grilled onion, a Celtic sea salt, just such a great source of minerals, an unbelievable taste. The roasted garlic, the organic ground pepper, the basil. This happens to be a cup of basil. These are the leaves from my garden. Such great flavors. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's not forget about the Sicilian crust, also known throughout the United States or Mexico as the burrito size flour tortilla. We just go ahead and put that on a skillet with some light sunflower oil. It gives it a great taste. Sometimes I'll put a knife in the tortilla as it's cooking to prevent the air pockets from popping up. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here's the quick preparation of the sugar plum tomatoes. Once we chop them, all the natural juices come out. The organic garlic, the fresh basil, and the olive oil, good squeeze of lemon, a little sprinkle of the sea salt, and the organic black pepper, and we're good to go. Okay, so here's the grilled onions. As you can see, they're nice and caramelized. We're going to add the vinaigrette, a nice good splash. You'll hear that nice sweet sound. Just give that a good stir. It's already off. As soon as they're cooked, just go ahead and turn it off. Add the balsamic vinegar. There really, by the end of the day, there should be no juices left. It should just all fall into the onions. And it's just such a wonderful sweet smell. Okay, so we're going to take this off the burner and let it chill out. Okay, so the pine nuts are done. You just put them in the toaster. If you have a magical toaster like I do, you'll have some nice light pine nuts and some good dark roasted pine nuts, which is perfect. We want the different variety of colors. Okay, this is just a quick treat for us, the real women of Philadelphia cream cheese, as we're preparing all of our wonderful dishes. I do have a tendency to cheat. And as we chill out on the grilled onions, we need to let those cool. The same with the marinated tomatoes. We'll put this all in the refrigerator. When the pine nuts come out of the toaster oven, they're so warm and they smell so good. So I turn a little towards the Tuscan style. I break up a few pieces of the shells. I add the Philadelphia cream cheese. And when everything's nice and warm, I throw the grilled onions on with the rosemary, little sprinkle of the sea salt, and the roasted pine nuts, and I take a break, and this is pretty much my meal to keep me going, and it's so good. I often serve them with the main dish, the main appetizer, but nothing compares to the Grand Poobah, which we are about to prepare. But if we do, ladies, need to take a little break while everything's still warm, this is the way to go. So the rest is easy sailing. We have the tortilla, we just put the cream cheese on top. We sprinkle all the black pepper. Okay, then we go to the pine nuts. This is the cup of toasted pine nuts. Okay, now we put the rest of the rosemary on. This is the fresh rosemary, and then the other we went ahead and marinated with the grilled onions. Okay, then we add the grilled onions with the balsamic vinegar. Very nice and sweet. And we definitely want to get towards the edges here. Just make a nice little artistic piece out of it. Now these are the tomatoes that were marinated with the cold pressed olive oil, the fresh garlic, and the fresh basil, the Celtic sea salt, the organic pepper, and a nice squeeze of lemon. If you have a little extra of the juices in here, don't you worry about that. You certainly can put a little on, but not a whole lot. If there's a lot left at the bottom, you just put it in a little shot glass and kick that back, because that's some good healthy stuff for you. I've known to do a few of those tomato shots, and they're just wonderful. So we now have this on, and last but not least, the fresh basil. I believe I had just mentioned that the basil was put in, half of the cup of the basil is put in with the tomatoes, and then we definitely want to leave a nice few fresh leaves for the top of the pie. Okay, any additional rosemary that's left, don't be afraid to put a little bit more of that on, a little bit more of that nice black ground pepper. Here is the very last ingredient, the salt, but I'm going to always, as I always do, I cut the pizza first, or the pie, the Sicilian pie, the Philly thin crust, the Benny B good. This is all in a Benny B nutshell here, as my husband likes to say. Okay, and this is the very last of the part of this wonderful recipe. It's the Celtic sea salt, and I just took off 2 slices for my husband. The rest I do in squares. This was just one pie. Easily feeds as an appetizer a party of 4. 2, 3, 4 pies. Great gathering. You can just obviously see how beautiful this looks as a presentation. Honestly, if you really want to get some great compliments, you want to serve this dish at your next event. Certainly hope you enjoyed the film. It's about take 222. It's on a different day, but nevertheless, it's been a lot of fun. The Benny B. Good Philly Thin Crust Pie. Enjoy.